Roblox's booth game is a social hangout game that allows people to interact with each other while also providing a variety of booths that people can use to express themselves. However, this game has been a target of users wishing to spread content not suitable on the platform using the game's features. To my surprise, Booth Game has an extremely diligent moderation team, especially compared to similar games with little to no moderation prevalent. Even so, the current moderation is not enough to suffice, as Booth Game's inappropriate user base has been allowed to grow despite the staff team's efforts. Through my own personal interactions with the staff team via their report user feature, I was able to discover why this was the case. The rules were enforced very leniently. I have documented a few cases showing some of the extreme content that Booth Game has allowed onto their game unmoderated or moderated for an unrelated and less extreme reason. This is my open letter to Booth Game. Whilst on Booth Game, I encountered not one, but two users that were openly involved in fat-throwing or inflation roleplays. Upon investigating the accounts, one of them had a YouTube channel that contained a showcase of a Roblox inflation game. When I reported these users to the moderation team, the staff had decided not to ban these users under a reason I found strange.
Anything that affiliates with Booth Game or happens in Booth can be actioned. Anything outside of Booth Game is out of our hands and should be reported on such site instead.
This statement off-put me. If someone can provide enough outside evidence to sufficiently prove that someone would be a threat to the Booth Game community, why not ban them instead of waiting until they do something that warrants a ban? This is redundant and, in certain cases we will discuss later, downright dangerous. Fortunately, one of the aforementioned fetishists was banned after the staff had discovered they had shared inappropriate images through the game. However, they made it crystal clear that this user was not banned for the avatar nor the content found on YouTube. During a session of Booth Game, someone created a television stand with them hanging in the center of it, with a picture of pregnancy fetish art behind it. The following conversation I will show you is what happened after reporting the booth to the staff.
Is this just pregnancy?
It's also the guy hanging.
Oh, I didn't see that. My apologies. I'll warn them then.
The most concerning part about this conversation isn't that he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for him hanging, but how he also got away with just a warn rather than a full-fledged ban. Pictured below is a jail booth with the text reading "Send Who's Here." I reported this booth to my friend G-Gas directly, who happens to be a moderator in Booth Game. His response was exactly what I imagined how the staff would handle this situation.
Oh yeah, I just warned this guy twice. He's not getting out of this one. He's been trained to bypass the N-word a few times and he's super weird with people too.
Upon reporting this user to the main server to confirm the user was banned, I was greeted with an entirely different response.
Can't do much here either since logs are lost as this was a few days ago. Booth doesn't directly state Auschwitz or any form of discrimination towards the Jewish demographic.
The post-report note also implies that the user was never originally banned when it was sent to GBAS, likely under the same reasoning. I cannot attempt to try and explain why the moderation team thought this. This time, I would like you to guess the reason on why this booth was inappropriate. Here is the response I received when reporting this user to the moderation team.
I'm not sure what's wrong with this booth. I don't think it means flashing us an inappropriate action / gesture or anything inappropriate in general unless proven otherwise.
That's literally she blank, on my blank, till I blank.
The blanks don't mean anything, especially with the evidence given. Needs more proof to confirm it's inappropriate / sexual.
A user with the display name of R_Kelly was spotted. For those unaware, popular rapper R. Kelly was placed into prison for sexual misconduct. The response I received from the moderation team was less than optimal.
We don't really ban for usernames. Report them to Roblox.
In a perfect world, this response would be a reasonable answer. Unfortunately, Roblox's own moderation is extremely poor and likely would not ban this user. As such, it is the moderator's responsibility to moderate on the behalf of Roblox, as they will not do it themselves. I came across this suspicious user whilst playing Booth Game. Upon digging into their account, I found they made a group called Egg their primary group. Upon visiting it, I discovered it was a dead bypass clothing group that included an obscenely named role and was allied to a singular group that was joined by over 100 ERPers, likely used as a subgroup to identify each other. This user poses a legitimate threat on the Roblox platform, and the moderation team at Booth Game refused to ban this user from their game under the same guise that the user should be reported through Roblox instead. Who knows what this user could be doing inside this game? Not the moderation team, of course, as this user likely chats through VC to avoid being chat logged. If you are watching this, you have made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I do not normally create commentary videos like these ones, but I felt that something had to be said about the status of this game. For anyone watching who is in a position of power in Booth Game, such as a moderator or script archiver himself, please consider using this video as a guide to tightening up the game's moderation. Your game is in dire need for it.